Hi everyone, this is Emily. In this recording we're going to talk about how to name not primary, secondary and tertiary amines. We already did a recording on primary amines, so you can look at that. So I'm going to start off with doing secondary amines, and with both secondary and tertiary you can actually name them two ways. So you can name them common or you can name them IUPAC. So first I'm going to show you how to do the common way. So for common, you always want to just talk about your alkyl groups on that nitrogen. So here we have two ethyls, so we're going to say diethyl. And then last thing I'm going to put would just be an amine. So telling me I have a nitrogen there. Okay, and that's really all you have to do with the common way. Okay, so just talk about your family at the end and then what groups are on it. Alright, so for IUPAC, you pick one side. So for this one, it's not going to matter because the carbon numbers are the same. But if they weren't, you would pick the longest carbon chain, and that would be your parent. Okay. So for one of them, you can go ahead and just end it with ethane for this one. So I'm going to call this one my parent. So for the rest of it, so your other group would be this one here, this other ethyl. So I'm going to put N-ethyl, and that's going to tell me that my ethyl is on the nitrogen, so it's not on my parent here. Okay, so N-ethyl, and then I'm going to put a 1, and this one is talking about where all of this is, so where that nitrogen and that ethyl are on your parent chain. Okay, so that's on my first one. And then I'm going to put amino again, like we did with the with the primaries. Okay, so amino is going to be pretty much consistent with IUPAC for all three of these. Okay, so the IUPAC name would be N-ethyl, so we have the ethyl on the nitrogen, and then 1 amino, so that nitrogen and the ethyl are on the first in my parent, and then we got amino for amine, and then we can just close it with ethane. Okay, so that would be secondaries, how to do those. Okay, and then we're going to practice some tertiaries. Okay, so here would be a good example of a tertiary. So here you see we have 3 sets of carbon groups on that nitrogen. Okay, so again with common, we can just name the alkyl groups on that nitrogen and then close with amine. So I'm going to start with that amine to close. And here I'm going to do all these groups alphabetically. Okay, so I'm going to start with, we're going to start with my butyl group here. So the set of 4. Okay, and then I'm going to do my methyl for the 1, and then propyl. Okay, so the common name here, so the common name would be butyl methyl propyl amine. Okay. Alright, and then IUPAC, remember we find the longest parent chain, or the longest carbon chain, and that's going to be our parent. So that's this one. We can close that like an alkane, so that's going to be butane. Okay, and I'm going to talk about my groups here. So these are both on the nitrogen, so I'm going to say N-methyl and N-propyl. Okay, since they're both on the nitrogen. And then again, I'm going to say 1 amino because that nitrogen's on the first carbon in my parent. Okay, so the IUPAC name here would be N-methyl, N-propyl, 1 amino butane.